And with what you've just told me about the brain, I'm trying to increase the probability that someone will be attracted to me and form a relationship to me. What kind of behavior do I need to be embodying because I want to reduce the fear part of their brain so that they're more comfortable, and I want that oxytocin and dopamine to be firing.
Yes, absolutely. So quite often people say to me, how can I hack my first date? So the way you can hack your first date is you can do an activity which releases beta endorphin and dopamine and oxytocin. The best one I have found, which I appreciate is a niche interest, is some form of dancing in couples, ballroom dancing, tango, whatever it is, because first of all, you're touching. So you get released oxytocin and beta endorphin. They're both released by touch. You're moving around. As any gym bunny knows, exercise produces beta endorphin. Hopefully you're not that great at this, so you're going to laugh a lot because you're actually a little bit rubbish. Okay, so you're releasing lots and lots of lovely oxytocin, dopamine, beta endorphin doing that. Then afterwards, you need to go and have a curry. Okay, because beta endorphin evolved initially as your body's painkiller. That's still a role it has. Over time, it's been co-opted into our social sphere. But we know you have pain receptors in your gut. So if you have a curry, your gut gets a little bit irritated because it's a little bit spicy, so don't have a korma, and it produces beta endorphin. And we know that will also help you feel more euphoric, help you feel more relaxed, and help that person be more attracted to you because they will also get a hit of it. So that's your ideal date. I appreciate it's very niche and not everyone will want to do that, but there are ways.
And then I'm going to take her to the comedy store.
Yeah, and have a really good belly laugh. A proper laugh produces beta endorphin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had we finished with the...
Well, so what you're doing, your biological market value comes out. As I say, you hit dopamine, oxytocin, your amygdala quietens, you feel much more confident, you feel much more chilled. Dopamine motivates you to walk across the bar and off you go and you strike up conversation. And that is the way attraction works in all mammals. It's completely unconscious. So you don't know any of this is happening. What's different in humans is very quickly after that, particularly once they've opened their mouth, it all starts kicking off in the outer area of the brain, so your neocortex. So the major social area of the brain is here. This is your prefrontal cortex. Mm-hmm. And your prefrontal cortex is where all those social abilities sit, so trust, reciprocity, ability to maintain, ability to abstract about your relationship, or ability to daydream about what it's going to be. And that's where all that sits. So we start seeing firing off here. And what's really important for human love is there is a connection between this area of the brain, which is known as the striatum, which is unconscious, and this area of the brain, the prefrontal cortex. So your unconscious brain and your conscious brain can work together in attraction. And also this area of the brain at the back, which is known as the mentalizing, empathizing area of the brain. So we need to have empathy in relationships. It's the basis of love. So understanding someone's emotional state and being able to respond to it appropriately. Mm-hmm. And also mentalizing. So mentalizing is mind reading. What's their intention? What are they going to do next? You need it for conversation. You also need it to spot a cheat, because you need to check someone's intention. So the mentalizing area of the brain is important. The sad bit, and I'll explain this in a minute, is unfortunately that bit shuts down a little bit, which isn't very helpful, but we'll talk about that. So then as soon as they open their mouth, you start to contemplate them consciously. And what you contemplate consciously in terms of your attraction can actually override the unconscious bit. So you might have had this amazing feeling of lust and chemistry as you walk across the bar thinking, wow, this person's amazing. I'm feeling astonishing. They open their mouth and they say something to you which is just unconscionable or awful, or they've got no sense of humour, or they're really unkind, or whatever it might be. And suddenly that bit will step in and go, nope, this person is not for me. And that can override the biology. But that's why what we say, and I always say the brain is the sexiest organ in the body, because ultimately it's what you express with your brain that is going to really determine whether or not this love is going to go anywhere. And that's what you say. Because ultimately as humans, the thing that makes us the most successful species on the planet is our brain. Not your shoulder-waist ratio, not your waist-hip ratio. It's actually your brain, because you want your kid to have the most creative, flexible, funny, intelligent, emotionally intelligent brain they can have. And that's what you're looking for in a partner in the long term.
So based on what you know about attraction and falling in love and all those things, what is like the worst thing one could say in terms of the themes, the types of things someone could say that would just completely put you off?
So I think probably the absolutely worst thing you can say, and this comes from a lot of data saying what's the most important, is to say something unkind.